Hi, ladies and gents. I can't sleep, so I just thought I'd give you a view of the state of the world in my own words. So, like everyone else, I'm sick of supply shortages. I'm sick of hearing about China. I'm sick of fuel prices rising. I'm sick of all prices rising. Everything's just shooting up. We can't afford it. Benefits are being taken off disabled people without any justification whatsoever. And the world is just, it's getting to a point where you can't navigate. It's getting to a point where you grind to a halt and you're struggling to find a solution. On top of that, there's innocent people like MPs going to work, getting shot. You know what I mean? The world we live in now, it's totally bonkers. And I'm just struggling to come to terms with it. Really, I think I think we're all in this terrible position, and the government need to act, and they need to act fast. This supply shortage should have been sorted months ago. The scaremongering shouldn't have happened. The same with the fuel shortage. They've caused the panic buying through the scaremongering. It's just silly bonkers behaviour. And yet we're being asked, should we invest in nuclear power in order to counteract China? Well, we should have counteracted China years ago. What we should have done with China was made them sign up to the climate change treaty. That would have negated the nuclear bullshit that's going on totally. Because if they were signed up to this climate change treaty, then, they're not going to go and shoot themselves in the foot by developing and experimenting with more nuclear power. One of the biggest polluters in the world, if not the biggest polluter in the world, is China. We should have been on the cases years ago, but no, we're too lackadaisical to react. Too laid back. We're that laid back, we're horizontal, and I'm just sick of the lot. And they wonder why there's a crisis in mental health. They wonder why people are depressed. They wonder why people are suffering from anxiety and stress-related conditions and illnesses. Well, you've only got to look outside, listen to the news. This is after the lockdowns, and we're supposed to be coming out of COVID now. COVID's starting to go, all the restrictions are starting to lift. This is supposed to be the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, if this is the light at the end of the tunnel, I wouldn't like to see any kind of reversion back to lockdowns, which could very, very, conceivably, happen. It's not impossible. It's very, very possible that we might have to go back into, national lockdown until we can get things under control. But this panic buying and this scaremongering and this shortage and these visa issues that could have been sorted out months and months ago, they now have to stop. If the government hadn't started scaremongering, we wouldn't be in this position. Wouldn't you think they would have just paid them EU drivers maybe £5 or £10 more to come and do all the deliveries, clear all the backlog, and not even mention the shortage? You mention a shortage in this day and age, the age of COVID, then everybody panic buys, everybody goes out, stocks up, bog roll, whatever it might be. I'm just sick of the lot. Totally sick of it. Anyway, ladies and gents, I don't know what I can add. That disabled guy, the guy with cerebral palsy, I've got it myself. He's had his job took off him, right? So he's had his job took off him, he's lost his job. Then they were going to take his benefits off him, And he had to prove he actually had cerebral palsy in order to keep his benefits. I mean, we're supposed to be a democratic country. You know what I mean? I mean, what's that? You don't take benefits of disabled people that have genuine conditions, debilitating conditions that won't improve, neurological conditions that won't improve, that you've had since birth, that are lifelong. Leave us all alone. Sort out the cheats that are taking the piss and that are raking it in. Sort out the people on the fiddle, you know, the people that are claiming thousands of pounds a month in disability benefit and child benefit and whatnot, and then they're going out doing manual labour jobs, painting and decorating, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Sort them out first. Don't employ companies like ATOS and other Mickey Mouse subsidiary companies to do a job that needs to be done by a medical professional. Because all these ATOS workers and people like that, they're all wannabe doctors and nurses who didn't make the grade. They all got struck off. You know, and yet the government's happy to pay them companies multi-millions of pounds to go and scrutinise everybody and take everybody off benefit. Well, it ain't right. You know, I lived abroad. I come back to this country when I was 16, and I come back to this country because we have an NHS, we have a benefit system that used to be geared towards people with genuine disabilities, that if you couldn't work for disability, you were not penalised. But this day and age, it's just adversity, adversity, adversity. I used to be proud to be British. I can't say the same anymore. One thing that will always stay the same, though, is that the NHS is the cornerstone of our country. And, you know, I'm not even looking for arguments on that. And I'm certainly not an atheist or anything like that. I just think that these NHS workers, you can't praise them high enough. For me, they all deserve knighthoods and peerages. You know, when you look at like wardrobe designers and fashion designers getting peerage honours and knighthoods and damehoods and whatever, you know, you just think, well, do that for every doctor and nurse that's currently serving in the NHS. Do that for every aspiring doctor or nurse as an incentive to join the NHS. Stop the NHS from becoming privatised. Because even when it's privatised, government, you're still going to have to throw a boatload of money at it. And people on low incomes and people with no insurance, nothing whatsoever, they ain't going to have any money at the point of entry. You know, so what's the use of privatising it? We're already seeing it with them ambulances with, is it Cypher or Siphon on? It's already starting to privatise, slowly but surely. I've just had enough of it all, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, that's my rant over, I think. Thanks for listening, and if you like the video, then hit the like. If you didn't, hit the dislike, hit the share. Do whatever you want. Thanks a lot. See you later.